Yes, we're here. I'm here. Blah, blah, blah. So who have I got? Is Royalty. Yes. You're still there. Nice. Is anybody talk? Can you talk on YouTube? Not YouTube. On Discord. Joe? Yeah, it's not showing. Hang on. For some reason, the audio is not showing. I don't know why. No, all audio. Ah! This is why I hate it. Why is it not showing? It should do. Oh, bloody Discord. Pain in the arse at the best of times. Hang on. Yeah. This is why I hate Discord sometimes. Let's try again. Maybe that will do it. Can you speak now, Joe?
Yes.
Ah, there we go. Finally. Discord reset itself for some strange and unbeknown reason. Have no idea why. Okay, so...
My mic is going off a bit.
Who, your mic or my mic?
Your mic.
Really? Should be okay.
Let's wait a few seconds. When talk.
Anyway, so we've got a few things to talk about. Let's start at the top. 6.8 is here. We've got 6.8. What has it brought in? It's given us a new map, number 1. And apparently, although I've yet to see it myself, it also nerfed the missile tanks.
Yeah.
But I did say, to be fair, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that those nerfs were ever going to go far enough.
Reduce the number of rockets to be shot at. Like I find much less rockets being shot and more people flanking just around using APCR.
Well, I've not seen much difference just yet, to be honest with you. So, in all honesty,
Like I still can't see and can't understand that still the armor on the T-92 is still trolling for some guns.
well, it's not just the armor. I mean, the nerf that they brought in on the APCR is ineffective, to be honest with you. I mean, it's still penning everything. And it's still dishing out damage. I mean, they're still beasts on the battlefield, and they will continue to be. It's as simple as that, to be perfectly fair.
Play it before they nerf it again.
Yeah. Well, guys, there's quite a big stream delay, and I have not put that in before anybody asks. But what about the new map? Which is basically what I think it's just a rehash, or it's a retooled Wastelands from the Mad Games. Matthew, how you doing, mate?
I'm good, thanks. And you?
I'm not too bad. I do think it is a retooled Wastelands map. Simple fact. Obviously, without the dust and without the sand, but basically, it's the same. It's the same template as Wastelands. But I like it. It's an okay map. It is very small. It's a small map.
Yeah, like Crossfire on that map is so absurd.
Yeah, it's a small map, but it's quite undulating, and it's interesting. It's an interesting map, I think. Anyway.
To be fair, only interesting part about it is the heavy route, especially those under parts, like where. Yeah, those areas. That area is quite fun.
Yeah, I mean it's a nice map, I think.
It's not that interesting.
Well, no, I don't know. I mean, medium tanks
and like TDs are not that effective.
Ah, here we go again.
Like
Bear with Discord, it keeps kicking me out for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, I think the map... I mean, I've had a lot of fun with it, with medium tanks. So...
Yeah, like for example, this map is quite good for 122 millimeter mediums, just because there are some few spots that you can get in and snipe some heavies before going to the medium lane.
I mean, talking about the new map, you're watching from the clan Nice rolling out on that map, which is a nice map. In a heavy, funnily enough.
Can't hear you.
Oh, here we go again. It's Discord. Yeah, I don't know why Discord keeps doing that, but Discord keeps doing that. So let me just reset. Discord's being a pain to me recently. Let me just reset the voice settings. Oi, oi, oi. Discord, you're such a pain in the backside. Hopefully that sorted it. But yeah, Discord is being a pain. It did this last night. For some reason, it just kicks me out from talking. Yeah, the stream audio does keep doing that, and I don't know why it does that. It's very annoying. It's mainly Discord. Discord cuts out, and then because I've got the audio going through Discord, it's weird to say the least. But I think it should have been sorted now, so everything should be okay. So no, I like it as a map. It's small, yes, but you know, I'm just taking advantage of people not knowing it at the moment.
Same.
Well, to be fair, this map is just asking for people to use ATGMs.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, I've avoided those tiers because it's a nightmare.
Oh my god, Fugit is out again.
Fugit is out again.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Well,
Yeah, I'm getting really fed up with Discord doing this. I don't know why it keeps doing it, but it does. It's very, very annoying. You there still?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why Discord's just playing up. It just keeps booting me out, despite the fact I've got a good signal. It just keeps resetting everything. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Anyway, be that as it may. So, I mean, we had some other one of the things that Stubbo sent, who's not on at the moment, was basically he wanted to talk about imbalanced maps, and there are quite a few maps that are not balanced. So, can you think of any other than Alpenstadt?
yeah, well, slightly, but not really. Kind of vineyards, the medium part.
Okay.
Like,
Port Bay, I think is what it's called.
What?
Port Bay, I think.
Port Bay, okay.
Oh yeah, Port Bay. One side can literally snipe off the incoming heavies to the sea area.
Mm-hmm.
There's that down street.
Yeah, it is Port Bay. If you go to the medium route to the river, when you're spawning from the south pond, you cannot cross like to the far corner to the left. Basically, you get shot by the TDs and heavies already waiting on the other side of the river.
Okay, I mean, Alpenstadt is the prime example. Mags215 is saying on YouTube Castilla, so I hadn't thought about that one. I mean, Alpenstadt is the biggest one because if you spawn on the one side, then you certainly do get an advantage. If you got a tank with gun depression, at least you've got a massive advantage going down that side, where you can just go down the side of the tracks and it's perfect. Castilla, yes. Yes, I agree with that, especially on Supremacy. If you're trying to get to the A cap and you spawn the wrong side, it's pretty difficult to get to that A cap. And it's also pretty difficult to get to that C cap.
Also,
Death trails. If you want to go to the ridge on the left side of the map, it's also not balanced for the one who's starting from the north spawn. I think.
Yeah, no,
I
dead
don't
rail.
think.
Yeah, no, dead rail is a bit uneven in that respect. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think people when they're playing random battles really notice it that much. But if you're
Mm.
in tournaments, you really notice it because the angle is of it is just quite different from
Mm.
both sides.
What about
But saying that,
mines?
if all the maps were completely symmetrical, how boring would the game be?
Oh,
No, no,
absolutely,
I'm
absolutely.
absolutely yeah. I don't want the maps to be symmetrical, but I want like from, for example, if the north side have an advantage if they're going, then the south have an advantage if they go to the west. I want them to be balanced that way, not that that one spawn has a better spawn basically, and the other spawn just basically got shit all.
But
To be
but
fair,
but
this
but
Wotb is the best example because you know that alley. If you spawn from south, you can shoot over, and while the team on the north cannot even do that.
no, I get that.
You cannot.
But you know, I mean, taking Wid's comment to one side, which is it'd be boring. If we had, I mean, surely it's about tactics, not about maps, and you sort of adjust yourself. I mean, because there's nothing symmetrical in real life, so surely it's all about tactics. And knowing the maps is a good idea, so you can adjust
Well,
accordingly.
you could spawn on the good side, or let's say I've any map, right? And you've ended up, you've got a whole team of tanks with no gun depression,
Yeah,
and it's no good to you whatsoever. Whereas you could spawn, you know what I mean? You could have 3 chieftains or something with 10 degrees of gun depression that could just go and hold the ridge forever. You know what I mean? That's, you know, you go the other side and you've got 3 IS4s.
mm.
They're going to be exposing themselves all day long.
Yeah. I know a lot of people say about some of the, for example, a lot of noise is made about Alpenstadt being completely unbalanced. But is it really okay? You can get to that one spot, but if everybody goes to the town, then that spot is completely useless. In fairness, it's only useful if they go down the middle or they go down that side. Then it becomes a good position. But this is where you adjust the tactics, surely.
To be fair, people on Alpenstein don't really get that the side that has or medium side has better sniping spot. Uh, I still don't get why don't people know that if you're positioned into the west or the left or the right part, you have better sniping spot. Like those mediums that go
Hmm.
on the left side, they awfully they're most of the time careless, and sometimes they even sit while and you can literally across the map shoot them.
But I think all maps have got good points and bad points to them, surely. And
But not
again,
Copperfield.
no, even Copperfield's got good points and bad points to it. You know, there are
What,
good
you get
parts.
cross-shot.
Yeah, but there are good parts and bad parts to every map, and knowing the positions to be on the maps is obviously a good thing. If you can do that, then it's fantastic. You know, it's up to you to adjust your tactics to the map. I think personally. But anyway, that's just me.
Well, yeah, in regards of Alpenstadt, if you start from the south spawn,
Mm.
basically the spawn where people say it's unbalanced, like the weaker spawn point.
Yeah.
I think you just need to, if you want to go to the medium route, I think you just need to play more defensively because you have a lot more bushes over there, and you have like rocks and houses to hide behind.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Instead, if you start from the other spawn, you need to be more aggressive, more pushy, like to the rails if you have gun depression, and then to the middle-ish, right near A, where A would be if it's on supremacy.
Yeah.
But I think it's balanced that way. I think if you
I
think
joke.
about that.
No, I don't think. I think all. I think I. There are maps I don't like. I mean, I hate Dynasty's Pearl. I'm not particularly a big fan of New Bay. It's just the way it is. There are some maps you like. There are some maps you don't like. You know, I particularly.
New Bane Supremacy is just it's you get is it the you get to the sea cap, you can get into that little park area. Anything pulled down, pretty hard to ped. If you go in, then you go to the B cap and you can't get out of it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So supremacy wise, it's an awful map.
No, I agree.
It's so close together.
But it's the same with Dynasty's Pearl. I mean, if you've got a good team, you're getting that C cap and you've got haul downs, you can get up on that ramp overlooking the B cap. You can dominate effectively that map. So I mean, but I don't like those two maps for whatever reason. I mean, I don't particularly like Dynasty's Pearl because it's a map that doesn't really favour. It doesn't favour. It penalises to an extent TDs. It's not a good TD map.
To be fair, I like all urban maps far more than open field. I just like the concept of having more cover is better and having more corridors is better than just all out open sniping. But hey, this is all about the taste.
But I like some of the. I mean, I love one of the maps I really like is Winter Malinovka. I think it's a great map. I think there's everything going in that, and you could say that map is completely unbalanced. But I think it's a fantastic map. You've got the choice of going down through the middle or going up. Either way, it's going to be a tough battle.
I really like Canyon.
Canyon is also a good map. It's another nice map. But then again, I like somebody's just said, Max has said he's not a fan of the desert maps. I like the desert maps. Not a big fan of Oasis Palms. Desert Sands I like. I think that's a nice map.
You afternoon?
You know, so it's you know, I think yes, there are imbalances in the maps, but I don't think you know. I think it's about you've got to play them. You've got to play the tools that you've been given effectively. I don't think they give a massive advantage to one side or t'other.
Map problems aren't that big of a problem. I find more teammates and tanks sometimes that how do you call it? Synergize a bigger problem. Like having a tank that synergizes with the map is far worse than the map itself.
Yeah.
Like if you play Soviet tanks, you just try to get the battle on even ground, and then you have some maps that have millions of little cliffs where those, for example, Centurions and all the pressure boys can just sit around and poke you while you cannot depress your gun.
Well, yes, depression is not the Soviet way.
Yeah, but you say that. I mean, at the moment, playing in the background is weird in his T22 on Winter Malinovka, and the T22 hasn't gun depression, but he's doing it well at Winter Malinovka. That's not a problem, and he's up against a Churchill Mark 6 at the moment, which has got good gun depression, and he's giving it a hard time. So you know, a lot of it is tactics and style of play, surely, realistically, knowing the tank, knowing the terrain, getting the best out of both. I would have argued. Then again, maybe not.
Oh yeah, that's a fair assessment.
We were going to look at upcoming tanks, but Stubbo's not here, so he's the man who's got all the details on that. So let's have a chat about the new tank, which is the Tier 8 Defender Mark 1. Complete fantasy tank. Very expensive at 15,000 gold, especially when if you buy the bundle of 3, it's only about 8,500 gold. So I don't know if that's a discount, but it's beside the point. What about it? Do you think? I mean, the tank itself is nice, but overpriced, really?
Well, it's a new premium tank, so it becomes fair it's overpriced for the first time.
It's usual that Wargaming overprices new vehicles because, as I found the free stat, you do not pay for the tank. You pay for rarity. The more common the tank is, the cheaper it is.
I mean, just out of interest, in I don't know if they still do it because I've never played it. It's just what I've heard. World of Tanks PC have like a rental system where you can rent the tank. Do you think that?
Yes, they do.
Do you think that would be a good idea in Blitz? A rental system where you can rent the tank, give it a go.
Yeah, of course.
To be fair, I dislike the kind of system, but okay. Like I just like the point that at a certain point in time, the World Tanks Blitz they decide, okay, here's an event and you can grind for this vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
but the catch is you have limited time as main rewards.
Well, yes,
I
but if
just
you look
don't
like
want
tanks,
that
he
to
gave
happen.
4503 the IS2SH, which I both regret buying.
Mm-hmm.
I would have wished I would have gotten like a testing market test the tanks and how good they are on the battlefield. I wouldn't have bought it if I had that system.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, but
I mean, like I said, I don't play World of Tanks PC, so I don't know how their system works. I mean, what is it? What do you do? Do you rent them for a period of time, or what?
yeah, you can rent them for a week or a month. Basically,
Okay.
you can choose. Yeah, I think if Esquire just said that he wouldn't buy it.
Mm.
Like the Chimera, I know. I think is it Mitzi that he said he wouldn't like it and he liked it after he tried.
Yeah.
Maybe people like him, if they look at the stat and doesn't like the tanks,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then they rent it for maybe a week or so.
Okay.
They try playing it and then they like it, they'll buy it. So there's another reason for wargaming to implement the rental system in Blitz.
Yeah, I mean, I would have thought the rental system would have been a good thing. That try before you buy, so to speak. But obviously, I mean, maybe they're thinking that if you try it, you're not going to like it, and you're gonna dump it, and you're not gonna buy it. So I don't know. I don't know if the system was successful in World of Tanks PC or not.
Well, no, but if you look at, for example, back in the day when the IS2SH was on sale for Black Friday, was it 1 or 2 years ago? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah.
I hated it, and then they came up with a fucking good offer in store, and I didn't have the money.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like a. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's something they could consider. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe it brings them no revenue, or maybe it brings them some revenue. And obviously, if you rent it, let's take the new tank for example. Let's say that the Defender Mark 1 is going for 15,000 gold. So let's say you can rent it for a month for, say, I don't know, 5,000 gold.
That won't be too long.
Yeah. So let's say you can rent it for a week for, say, I don't know, it'd have to be enough gold to obviously make it worth your while. So let's say you rent it for, let's say you rent it for a week for 3,500 gold. When you come to, if you want to buy it at the end of it, then maybe you could, yeah, well, it goes across, it goes against the thing.
I mean, you already paid 3,500. That's not paying you double the same money, basically the tax.
So you can't hear. So hang on, somebody on YouTube saying they can't hear. Can you hear? Is there any sound? Okay, good. Because I can't. Obviously I can't hear what's going out on YouTube because you'll just have a load of feedback. So yeah, I mean, if the tank's worth 15,000, you rent it for a week for 3,500. When you come to buy it, you only have to drop the 12,000 odd then. So I think that would work. Yeah.
I would still prefer if we had to choose renting system or improve giving some a little bit better rewards for ratings. I will go for better rating. But it's all up to you.
Well, I mean, Silent Cougar. Go on.
Rental codes as a rating price.
What?
Well, just say.
Rental codes as a rating price.
Well, what do you mean?
Code as a rate. What?
How would that work? What's that? What's?
Well, you got a certain rating. You get like a code for a tank or something.
Oh, you meant yeah. At World of Tanks PC they have Frontline, which if you like.
Yeah. But
They give out like rental codes if you get into a certain point of Frontline.
Yes, like EPR.
yeah, but that brings in elitism and a bit of unfairness, don't you think?
Well, no. You play
No,
good, you
it-
get something.
But
Wait,
it's
well, that's like an event
you-
tank. That's like an event tank, though. You play good enough, you get the event tank. But everybody moans about the event tanks.
You play well. You got into a certain point, and you get to try the tank for free. But everybody else can still buy it.
But don't forget, when you get it for free, it's only for limited time.
No, I get that. So you're saying that only that. So you're saying that only. Let's take it a different way. I'm going to play devil's advocate. So we're saying that the best players can try the tank for free, whereas the not so good players can't. They just have to buy it. It's a bit unfair, surely.
No, you can still pay to try it for
Mhm.
the bad players, but for the good players, they receive a rewards. They receive rewards to try it for free for 7 days. The only
And
difference
don't
is they
forget,
got it for
it's
free,
not
and
like
the other
something.
guy.
You can get literally rewards everything.
Yeah.
Mm.
To be fair, I was more thinking about every season you get that number of rating points for each season, and then over seasons you accumulate coins and then you exchange it. Special shop. That's it.
No,
Like
that wouldn't be
not,
too bad because then everybody's got to go at that. Everybody's got everybody's got a chance to get that, build up the points to get whatever you need. That I get, but you have to bear with me, guys, because I'm going back to the time when a few people were given the M60, and boy, did it create problems.
well,
Yeah, because
No,
at
no,
the
but
M60, they don't have like a certain amount of requirements to get the tank. It's all over the place.
Well,
Say,
well,
you get one, you don't get one, and the other guy get one.
well, to this day, I have no idea how that tank was given out. I don't know the parameters, to be perfectly honest and frank with you.
I think was spend money and you get it maybe.
Well, a lot of people said that, but I didn't.
got it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't spend a lot of money and I got it. So there were people who spent a lot more than me.
My friend spent like maybe 50 euros a month by that time. He doesn't get it, and he didn't get it.
Yeah, I was spending nowhere near €50 a month. Nowhere near.
Oh, I did.
And I got it. And, to this day, I have no idea how some people got it and some people didn't. So,
That's why half the player base is still pissed off.
yeah, all wargaming said that it was a loyalty reward. And a lot of people seem to assume that. Well, a lot of people assume that meant it was loyalty for spending money, whereas some of the people who got it for, well, maybe it's loyalty for joining the game at the very beginning, downloading it first. You just don't know, and you will never.
My
And
friend Jake never got it.
yeah, like I said, I have no idea what the parameters were in getting that tank. Still don't. I just know that I got that tank. That's all I know. So, and it created major issues. And sometimes when you do these things, it creates issues. It creates, because some people say, why didn't I get that tank and they've got that tank? You can have people with big win rates saying, why haven't I got the tank? Oh, because you don't play ratings, or you didn't get enough ratings points, or whatever. And it causes this sort of unharmonious type of thing, realistically. Who knows? I mean,
The only problem with crates are the rewards you get back for spending.
well, crates are brilliant for gamers, for game companies, because they can put in-game goods in there that have a monetary value, and basically say, well, you're not gambling, because you spend $10, you get $10 worth of in-game goods, and you're given the chance to get the tank. What we focus on is, well, we want the tank, so I'm not interested in the in-game goods, I'm only interested in the tank. And that's where we bring it into, it's a form of gambling, because we're gambling to get the tank. Whereas the game developers will always say, well, no, we make it clear that you'll get all these other things. So it's a little bit, it's a catch-22. I mean, I personally hate crates. And the reason I hate crates is because, and I've said this before, I would rather them just come out and say, look, if they want to turn around and say, look, guys, we want to make the tank rare, fine, put a stupid price on it. And I know that's wrong, because then people turn around and say, oh, but then it becomes elitist and only the rich can afford it. But with crates, only the rich can afford it at half the time.
Let's put it like this. Would you rather spend 50 euros on a tank and get it? Or 50 euros on a crate?
And not get it.
Chance of getting it, but not getting it.
That's the thing. Hey, Team Trouble, how you doing? Hey, Barney, how you doing? Hey, Crackhead. Hi, Silent.
Do it like the crates where the Chieftain last came out, where you buy 24 euros and then you either get the Chieftain or you get 8,500 gold. Because it's exactly the same price as if you buy the gold from the store. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, crates is always a nasty one because we as people, we focus on the tank and we'll drop money until we get the tank. It's just nasty. But that's why they do it, because they play on that. And, you know, don't forget, guys, they're a business after all. And don't get me wrong, I'm not sat here, you know, pinning Wargaming's flag to the mast and saying they're the most ethical company ever. I mean, let's be honest. You know, we're not stupid. Apple are not the most ethical company ever, but they'll convince you that they are. You know, so be real. Their aim in life is to earn money. They are a business. Simple fact of life. And as I've said before, crates will continue until people stop buying them. Simple. And it ain't going to happen. Because human nature says, well, I want that tank, I'll just buy a crate. And then we don't get the tank, I'll buy another crate. And people will buy the crate until they get the tank. And then they'll complain about it. It's just the way it works. So if you don't want crates, don't buy the bloody things. And then nobody gets the tank, nobody buys the crates, and then the company will have to say, well, that didn't work, we'll have to drop crates and do it another way. Maybe.
Or get lucky like me.
Well, that's the risk.
Oh, wait for the tanks to come out, like I did with the Chieftain and the Wotb.
Well, you're going to be waiting a while for the T22 though, because it's only ever come out in crates.
Well, yes, but that's one of the three levels of Blitz culture. You have the first level where you get jack free from an event.
Yeah.
The second level where you have golds, and the third level where you basically get jack shit unless you buy them from crates because the tanks are overpowered like shit. You smash it and don't use it.
Well, talking about...
I spent basically €0 for the T22.
I spent 0 for them using.
Oh, I spent nothing on the T22. Not a thing.
You're all flexing, boys.
Because I got 4.
Thanks, Jubbai. Thank you. See you later, Jub.
I grind a lot of tanks for free and didn't spend any gold.
Yeah. You know, it's just the way it rumbles.
Flex time.
But talking about premium tanks, Esquire.
There's too many of them.
Somebody's Esquire said, how about the fact that every new tank is a tier 8? Are you on about premium tanks or tech tree tanks? Because there's no tech tree tanks come out recently that are tier 8.
There is. What was the last recent one? The Pantera?
No, yeah, that was the last recent one. But that was an entire line. So that was an entire line from 1 to 10.
And the next that's going to come out is the Japanese TD.
Yes.
Why do we have names of those things? Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean the last tech tree tanks were tier 9 and tier 8. And that was the Sheridan and the T92.
The ones we'll be getting are the Japanese tank destroyer line and the British light line.
Again though, but they're complete lines, so they're not just tier 8 tanks. So every tank that comes out is not tier 8. Really.
Well, pretty much every other tier 8 we get is a premium.
That's more important. Every premium, most of the premiums that come out are tier 8. And I mean, if you look at the stats, you will find that tier 8 is basically premiums. There are more premiums in tier 8 than there are tech tree. A lot more.
Basically, the ratio of premium and tech tree is almost 2 to 1.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot more premiums in tier 8. It is the premium dumping ground. But there's a reason. There's a reason for that.
Yeah. We need to earn credits at tier 8.
No.
Less credit earned.
No. It's not. It's the reason for that is if you are new to the game, you can buy yourself into tier 8, which is an upper tier. Simple. You can run those big tanks. Simple. That's the idea behind tier 8. If you were new to the game and I kept giving, I turned tier 5, for example, into the premium tier, would you be interested in real terms? No. Whereas tier 8 is not quite tier 10 and it's not quite tier 5. It's that nice in between in the high tiers. That's why they do it. Makes business sense. To me anyway. Perfect business sense.
I just checked on Blitzhanger. There's 46 premium tanks at tier 8.
And there's
the regular one only have 33.
Correct. Now look at tier 9.
Almost no premiums.
There's
Only
2.
4 premiums
Yeah.
at tier 9.
4 premiums at tier 9.
4,
And we can name them all.
So, and then look at
Tier
tier...
with tier 7 or 8.
Well, have a look at tier 7.
Oh yeah, that's.
Tier 7 premium. Oh, there's a 27.
Yeah.
And there's 5 collector's tank,
Yes. Yeah.
including the KV-13.
Yes.
Everyone can get one. Since a year ago?
Yeah, but this is the point, you see. I mean, the point is, tier 8 is that halfway. And that's why they do it. So people will buy them.
Well, I'm okay with that, but still.
Hello, Mr. PP. Yeah, exactly. I mean that's just the way it works. It just makes business sense to have this tier 8 premiums to get the new players to buy those tanks. Just makes sense.
I'm more pissed that Wargaming put World of Tanks PC Tech 3 tank to collectors at tier 10.
Hmm. I mean, I personally.
No, please, no. I already have 430U flashback.
Mhm.
The Badger, the WZ1115A, the M3B, the Super Conqueror, which they'll be releasing
As a
somewhere in the
premium.
near future as a
Yeah.
collector.
Yeah, Super Conk will come out soon. Don't know when.
Yeah. They,
Super, I
at PC,
just gave
you can just research them.
Yeah, can you? Okay. Mm.
Yeah, you can
The
research them for free.
most stupidest concept is the premium tier tag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, premium tier 10 is just, oh no.
Why?
Well, it'd
I
be.
don't mind tanks like the 121B, the Chieftain, or the M60. But at least make them actual premium. Not like
Chieftain is an
M60
actual
where you
premium.
still have a credit coefficient of 0.
I don't mind some of the I don't mind the premiums in tier 10. I think they're too easy to get, some of them, but I don't mind them in tier 10.
Premiums will always be easy to get.
Well, sometimes yes, but not when they first come out. I mean, some of the premiums are pretty bad, are pretty difficult to get. To be honest with you, some of them are pretty difficult to get. Doesn't mean to say that they shouldn't stop it. It's nice to get some premiums in the high tiers. I don't disagree.
But for selling it for cash, you're just asking best.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, that's what the thing. I mean, I don't know where I am has sent a message on Discord saying, why does the Camp 70 have a very slow turret? Well, you're lucky, because when that tank first came out, it had a very slow everything, and it was bloody awful and really difficult to play. And then they buffed it.
The gun handling is horrible.
Yeah, and they buffed and they buffed it, and it's a lot better now. It's not the tank it was if you were one of those lucky enough to get it for free, and I got it for free, which was bloody difficult. And you got it thinking, wow, this is going to be a fantastic tank, and it was unbelievably tricky to play. It was unbelievably hard.
Don't get me started on AMX CDC, my first tier 8 premium, and I got it from somewhere. I thought, hey, I'm gonna be something, and then I realized I was just a huge T49 with conventional gun.
Yeah.
Basically a T49.
Well, the AMX CDC.
10 times bigger.
Now the AMX CDC is just a drac. It's just a French drac. That's all it is.
It was horrible. You're big and you're HEable everywhere except
You get
hand.
upper tier?
And yes, you get to face tier 10s and rock.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oh, that was lucky. I know Talker. 135. Known Talker. 135. Sorry. 46 pattern for $15 pop up. That's nice.
And remember the time when it wasn't even buffed.
Yeah.
To play.
Oh, there's been a lot of those tanks. I mean, the worst premium, in my opinion, to date is still the VK 168. That is just
That's horrible.
a terrible premium. Truly terrible.
Even if you side scrape perfectly in that thing, the lever can still penetrate it with.
Oh, it's awful. It's an awful tank, and it's not a great credit earner. In fact, God knows what they were thinking. It was just one of those tanks that they threw together and said, "Bugger it, people will buy it because it looks like a mouse." But it's a truly shocking tank. It really is. But that's just the way it works.
The fact that they nerfed VK 100.
Oh, I disagree with that. But then again, I disagree with the fact they nerfed the KV2.
Yeah, that was unacceptable.
I mean, for me, the KV2 was okay. It can shoot you in one go, but bloody hell! And
Other than
get out the way! Get out the way of its gun. He won't get shot.
People just angry because people just sit to wait for the circle like half a year to get smaller, and then when you miss GG, you're almost dead.
Yeah, just I never really saw the need for nerfing the KV2, to be honest.
Same.
And I still play it, and you can still cause a lot of aggro with that tank. It's just I don't know. It just seems one of those strange things. And anyway, if you don't like the nerf on the KV2, sorry, get the Smasher. Not a problem.
the one nerf, and that's
If you get a Smasher, all your woes about nerfing the KV2 disappear.
can confirm. I sold mine after I had the smash.
Same.
But yeah, I don't understand why.
But just nerfing the Smasher by buffing everything else.
Yeah, basically. But I don't understand why you would want to nerf. I mean, the KV2 didn't need a nerf, to be fair. I don't think it did anyway. I just don't think it did.
It's like this way that Wargaming is nerfing all the big guns while keeping the tanks like auto reloaders pretty strong. I just don't understand it.
Yeah. BMOS, no server, not playing, just showing replays, mate. And we're chatting, so any server. So anyway, Stubbo's here, which means he can talk about what tanks may be up and coming.
Yeah, but is it you? I can't remember if you've already run the thing on the new Russian Scorpions I like.
Oh yes, the SU-130 PM.
Yeah, I think that's the most interesting one that's on the horizon. The Action X and obviously the British Tier 10 as well.
The Conqueror.
Yeah. I was talking to one of the guys who was testing the SU from Loka, and it was the last day for him testing it, and he had to give it back. And he said he didn't give me any details about it. He just said it'd be interesting. That's all he said. And from what I can tell from the stats, well, not the stats, from the write-up on Blitzhanger and what it looks like, and what I've seen it perform in the game, it does realistically look like a Russian Scorpion. It's
It is a Russian Scorpion.
Remember, it's Russians for no gun depression. It's a Scorpion, no armor, but then again, Russian bias.
But speed, it's speedy.
From what I've seen of it, it seems to have quite a bit of gun depression. Well, at least the model that I've seen running around does seem to have a level of gun depression there, which was interesting.
No, if you turn the turret around at the side, then it has gun depression
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
one of those weird tanks where you have more gun depression on the side than if you do it frontally.
But it doesn't have full rotation. It's not 360. It's only 70 degrees left and right, I believe.
70 left, right.
But it looks an interesting tank, and the chances are, I've heard, and obviously these things all change, and I'm not a CC, so I heard this, from other people, but I hear it's probably going to be a crate tank.
Royalty, fuck off.
It wouldn't surprise me, given that it's likely to be very similar to the Scorpion. That's what they did with the Scorpion.
Yeah.
It's almost guaranteed.
Absolutely.
For some reason, they price Lorraine and Scorpion much higher than other things. You noticed that?
Well, the Scorpion has the ability to be nasty in the right hands. It does have the ability to be a nasty tank.
You can carry in the Scorpion because you can just camp.
There is that.
And it's the ability to relocate that makes it.
Yeah, exactly. It's got the mobility.
Yeah, the speed of that thing.
And it does have a big gun, guys. It's not, it's not like it's naff. It's not. So that's.
I mean, the Alpha is kind of low. I mean,
Oh, the Alpha's low. And the accuracy is not bad. The accuracy is not bad. And it's got a decent load time. The load time's not bad either.
Yeah. Haven't seen much on the 50TP prototype that's supposed to be coming soon as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I kind of thought about it.
maybe Wargaming are doing a good job of stopping leakage on that. They never usually do.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's seen any in battle. I must admit I haven't.
No.
No, I haven't.
Well, I've got people are saying here that Eric is saying that the SU 130 PM is as fast as the Sheridan and the Batchat. It's a lot faster than the Scorpion, and it's more agile. So.
Well, yeah.
I came across a Wargaming guy in the Wargaming clan who was testing it, right?
Yeah.
He went up to a high position in, Mayan Ruin.
Yeah.
Over the B area where you can, there's like a little opening.
I
in
would
the B
compare
area.
it to the grill, actually.
And I just pushed him off, and he died.
Like a tier 8 grill.
Also, by the way, did anyone notice how they changed the Action 10 name?
The what? They changed what?
The name of the Centurion Action 10, they literally just changed it to Action 10 in general.
I didn't notice.
Centurion Action 10 is a tier 10.
On the PC.
Kind of an Action 10, excuse me.
Well, I don't play PC, so I have no idea.
700 BPM. Hop down.
Yeah, I mean that. Well, obviously that's going to come out during this release. Crates or not? Debatable.
Crates.
Probably great.
When's
Well, we've had a tier 10 crate event already this year, but it's the only crate event we have this year.
That's true.
By the looks of it, this is more of a Black Prince in tier 8.
Yeah, I mean, like the turret on the Carnarvon needed more buffing. Ultimately, that's what it's doing, is providing a bit more shielding from heat, but quite what else it'll have to it is anyone's guess, really.
It turns out to be like a Vulcan, the 7 Wotb. Then okay. Having much of space armor, but armor is bad.
Let's have a look on Blitzstars very quickly. I think the stats are on Blitzstars, aren't they?
Yes,
Action 10, yes, I'm looking at it.
It's under test at the moment, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
226 base penetration on the 18. That's not much.
Yeah.
Basically, only the Carnarvon, but you have a better turn. Basically,
Yeah, but don't forget. I mean,
Good.
the testing version of the tank isn't necessarily the tank you're going to see.
Yeah, keep in mind that because they nerfed the Progetto 46 quite badly.
They nerfed the Spaghettio, yes, as well. The tier 10's Progetto they nerfed.
Oh, spaghetti.
No, the tier 8 premium.
Yes, but
They nerfed it.
they.
Turret arm.
Mm,
The turret arm has gone from 165 255 on the Carnarvon, 254 on the Carnarvon XNX.
Oof.
Mental.
Oh,
It's basically a tier 10 turret.
Yeah.
General Farhad Hamid, what are my views on the IS-5? I hate it. I hate the IS-5. I hate the IS-5 with a passion. An absolute passion. It's got great armour. It has got great armour, but it's absolute. The gun handling is just absolutely pants.
It's Russian. What do you expect?
Well, if you want an unbiased opinion, then if you like the Russian, like the IS-3 or the IS-6, then you like the tank. Otherwise, don't buy it.
No,
To be fair, IS-5 is funky.
I mean, Silent Cougar. You're right. It's the best, cheapest premium. It's the cheapest premium you can get. It's almost a freebie.
Yeah, value for money, absolutely. But you've got to have played enough games to got your supply level up to actually get it. That's the key thing.
Yes, exactly.
Do more of that.
Yes, they should. But
Well, in Tier 8 tournaments, IS-5 is, I think, one of the best to make rushes with.
That was the piece on gun crush only 1:30 PM. Not bad.
I just hate it. I just hate the tank. I just don't like it. Never have, never will. It's like the Chinese IS-2. I hate it with a passion.
IS-2 was terrible.
Yeah.
And I'm talking the Tetri IS-2, not the IS-2 1945. It is bloody awful. I mean, the gun handling is probably one of the worst in the game. It's a dreadful tank.
One tank I really hate is the T-44-100, and I just don't get that tank. I just can't stand that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, the good old money-making thing. Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, I love the T-43, funnily enough. I absolutely love that tank. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah. Basically root speed, but without speed for some frontal armor. And if you can work it, it's great.
I love that tank. I think it's fantastic. But, I mean, the other thing that General Farwad Hamed says, I hate the Defender tanks. They have too much armour. Yeah, but they've got, if you're the T-28 or IS-3, then you've got one heck of a load time, man. One heck of a reload. Even between the shells. So forget the magazine reload, which is almost 20 seconds. Think about the shell reload. They're big. Whereas the new Mark 1 is very quick. And you get 4 in the magazine. It's
You only have 160 alpha. I mean 190, sorry.
doesn't matter. When you're reloading a magazine in 16 seconds with 4, the reload between each shell is not that big. It makes a difference. It really makes a difference. Hi, Grumpy.
I just like the concept of defenders in tier 8. Why make it fantasy like tier 7 clone? I just like the idea of defenders.
Well, I mean, yes. I mean, there is that. And, you know, if you're a purist, you would say, yeah, I don't like fantasy tanks. But the fact of the matter is almost every tank in the Tetri is a fantasy tank after tier 7.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Fantasy tanks, and I like that the idea that they're almost all in tier 7. But then you have tier 8, and I at least hope there will not be that sort of thing, but hey, Gaming said, hey, let's make
Wanna make money?
Oh, there's a lot of fantasy tanks. I mean, the ISU 252U is a fantasy tank.
As you want.
Most of the math basis is in fact, though, in terms of being
Correct.
someone's drawing board or something.
Correct. They do. You know, so you know you got ways. There's ways and means to look at all of these things, and what they try and do, which you know I have to always say, fair play to Wargaming for doing this. They give us a good variation of tanks. People complain, of course, but they do give us quite a good variation of tanks throughout the game.
Anyone seen anything of the Vickers Light 105 yet? Running around?
No, I haven't seen one yet.
Be interesting. It's not got HESH, but it has a very high degree of HE pen currently, 105, something like that.
Wow. I haven't seen it yet. What tier is that coming in?
10.
That's the 10, yeah, that's the tier 10. And it's still under test though, again, isn't it? All these are under test at the moment.
I've met it today in my back chat, and the thing is rather speedy, surprisingly.
Oh yeah, very very fast. Yeah.
Wait, what Derek are we talking about?
The new British light tank.
Yeah, the 105. Well, I don't know if there's going to be a line of them, but certainly the only one that's really good about the 105.
Oh, it's a line thing. Should be a line.
I mean, I think it's fantastic that more light tanks are coming into the higher tiers, personally. I mean, it is lacking lights, what with just the back chat. So it is good that they're coming in. So it'd be interesting.
Could we find games where it's more light tanks and mediums and heavies and TDs?
It would be nice, yeah. It would be
One of
nice.
the aspects that I like about the patch was that it actually was only light tank, despite it not having light tank camouflage anymore. But
Looking at the stats, I think it's going to be okay, but I might be wrong.
with all these new light tanks circling around, I think the patch chat is actually kind of being let in the dust.
Possibly.
I think you can never underestimate a good clipping tank. I mean, I love the
Obviously.
50B, yeah.
Look at the tier 10 meta in PC on tournaments. It's pretty much half patch chat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but you stick the back chat in somebody who knows how to play it, and it's a real nasty tank. It's a really nasty tank. And I've seen some fantastic replays in the back chat. And, a player from the Russia server, she sent me her back chat a long time ago, and it was 7-0, and boy, she just ripped through the enemy. And she's a good player. She's one of the top player on the RU server, and she just absolutely annihilates in 2 clips in E100. Circles him to death. It's just hilarious to watch.
I certainly like Wargaming to come out and explain what they're doing with all the other lines, the Polish line, the Swedish TVs and
I can't
heavies
wait
they
to see
announced
more
last
Polish
year. Yeah, exactly. I mean, but all these other tanks that they've announced, all these other lines they told us last year, and I think we're going to see the Japanese TVs before we see any more of these.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still. I don't know when the Japanese TDs may make a showing, or if they're going to make a showing anytime soon. I mean, obviously, I'm not a CC, so I'm not aware of any of that. And I've not seen any TDs being tested. I've not seen any being tested.
I've been.
I've seen a few.
Yeah, they have been cropping up here and there.
Oh, have they? I haven't seen any yet. That's all.
Mostly,
Put
I
it
think
like
I
this.
get tier 10.
Drive a mouse, ammo, and you pan it everywhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I've only seen the SU 103 PM so far. Thoughts on the Object 268? Love that tank. I think it's fantastic.
I did the 268 version 4.
I like the 268, and I also like the 263. I think both the Russian TDs at tier 10 are very good if you know how to play them.
Very different play styles as well.
Yes.
Very different. Yeah, the YOLO wagon. Yeah.
I like both of them.
Yeah, I've gotten about 9 or 10 masteries in the first couple of days on that thing.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant tank. Love it.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, back in when it first came out, all you had to do was just YOLO into everything because nobody could pen your front in the 263. It was a nice tank. Still is. So's the 268. And I like both of them. I do like both of them. But I mean, my favourite TD at tier 10 will always be the Jaegeru. I love that tank. I think it's a fantastic tank. I think it's a tank that if you know how to play it, boy, you can be an absolute monster on the battlefield. But then that's the same with most tanks, to be honest.
Speaking of which, I just had a 5k battle just bullying tier 10s.
And why not? Hey Jono, how you doing? Right, well we've been chatting for an hour, so it's rounded up. Any last items?
In other news related to World of Tanks PC that we talked about last week, that they've cancelled all their changes about the HE pen being
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good news for if they were considering doing the same thing at Blitz, at least that they've realised that it doesn't work. So
Yeah.
doesn't
Oh, that's
they're
good.
going to apply it there, and it's not going to apply it to us.
Oh, that's
Play on
good.
the sandbox server everywhere, you just raging about each.
Yeah. They're not going to implement it.
It would have been a disaster if they would have done that, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been a good idea.
No.
It would not have been a good idea. But
They always worry about what they do on there. That they'll find, that's a good idea. We'll do that on Blitz. So thankfully that won't ripple through.
yeah, which is a good thing.
But what you need to consider is Wargaming considers Blitz as a testing ground for the PC.
Well, they've done some things the other way round. But yeah, mostly Blitz has been the experimental option. They haven't managed to get a lot of fantasy tanks into the World of Tanks PvP one, which is I'm surprised at.
They even have some of the Valkyria tanks.
That's very true. They haven't managed to get the fantasy tanks into the PC. But on the same token, we have not got the. I don't give a shit what anybody says. They're not armored. They're not tanks. They're armored cars. Anything with wheels is an armored car.
Hey, don't bash on my EBR 105 like that.
Screw the EBR.
And
I want them in Blitz.
again, for the love of God, we don't have artillery as such.
Well, there's a
Good. We have rockets. That's
We have
already
two
bad.
artilleries, technically.
Yeah. It's bad enough people whizzing around in their LTTB and dying in 5 seconds on Blitz, let alone putting armoured cars into the game.
Absolutely.
They would have one with a good EBR 105 can actually fucking carry the game in PC.
On PC, absolutely they
Not
can, but
to
yeah.
mention, those wheels bounce way too much.
Yeah.
They should not bounce what they are bouncing.
Well, wheels shouldn't bounce. That's true. But they probably think, well, it's made of rubber.
I've seen them bounce tanks like a 180p
Yeah.
on a wheel. Kid you not?
That's a good point, actually,
Yeah,
BMOS.
Russia.
Just before we go, BMOS says about the new event. It's good point. The M4 FL10. Oh, interesting tank. It was the trial autoloader, whatever you want to call them. Auto reloader? What are they called? Yeah. It's a real tank. It's actually a real tank. It is an Egyptian tank, funnily enough. And it is real. It does exist. And it did have that strange system. But it's not brilliant. It's not a great tank, to be honest with you. And it's tricky to play. And it doesn't have great pen, and it doesn't dish out lots and lots of damage, and it is very, very thin. But it's a nice tank, and I don't know much about the event. I think you have to collect coins or something, or I don't know what it is, spring things. There you go, leaves. You collect those from doing battles. And from what I've heard, it's going to be pretty difficult, because you have to... It's only for your first 10 battles. Now, I don't know. They've done recent events, which is... the highest they take your highest damage or something. I don't know how it's going to work. I haven't seen all the write-up on it, to be perfectly honest with you. But to get the tank, it looks like you've got to do about 10,000 over about 1,000, just over 1,000 damage per battle, which a lot of people are going to struggle with, to be honest.
What? No, if you play tier 10.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about new players will struggle to get that much damage. Some of them.
The new players struggle in everything. They wouldn't peel off the skin of an AMX 1390 if they have a fucking 150mm gun up their ass.
So it'll be a tricky event. It's doable, as you say. Just take out a big TD. Take out the ISU.
Take the ISU.
Take the ISU 152 and you'll get it in next to no time, I would have thought.
You get the ISU, penetrate and do damage with 2 shots, and be done with it.
Absolutely.
1.3. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take care of one of those, no problem.
Well, there you go. Take it. Roll out in a smasher. Roll out in the smasher, you'll be fine.
It'll be, that's the perfect time to have a smasher for, is the middle of the back end of that event. You'll have a whale at a time.
Absolutely. It would be good fun. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice tank to get. It's not the best tank in the game, but it's a nice tank to get. Anyway.
Almost master unit chief tank.
Anyway, that was a ratings battle that I just showed you there, and you can see we lost, but I got 28 points despite the fact that we lost. So that was interesting. But when does the event come out? I don't even know when the event's out. I don't know. But the other thing at the moment that everybody needs to be aware of, at the moment, first victory is ×3 battles. Don't forget that. It's all ×3.
The team is just horrible.
Battles at the moment are ×3 for the weekend, I believe. It's all the weekend, isn't it? So, yeah, you get ×3. It's not, somebody said to me yesterday, it's only on the French. It's not. It's on all vehicles.
Yeah, I don't know what that. I must admit, I'll have to go back and reread that announcement for the French event, but it didn't seem that appealing. Must have been.
Yeah. Yeah, you get triple XP for all the first victories, 20% bonus, blah blah blah, and then you get discounts on premium vehicles, and discount slots, discount on training academy. But I don't understand why it's about the French stuff. It's discounts on the French, on researchable and French premium vehicles, so you can get a discount on them, basically. So if I go in, I think I've got all the French tanks, haven't I? Unfortunately, I've got all the. I haven't got the AMX-50B. So do I get a discount? 15% discount at the moment. There's a 15% discount on the French tanks, which isn't too bad if you can get them. So
Discount on the French?
yeah.
I might actually start grinding those bloody fucking useless heavy tanks again.
Well, I mean, of the tanks that should be coming to the store probably this month, you're going to be seeing the Revelries M449 are going to be coming up this month. Well.
Yeah. God, my hair's all over the place today.
What the heck you
Yeah. We're probably like you've already seen the 2SH, the M41 Bulldog Lek Panzer. That's that amount.
Okay, that'd be nice. But yeah.
Price decays as well.
Oh, that's due out as well. Yeah. Well, there you go. Keep your eyes open, guys. These tanks are probably going to hit this month sometime.
Or if they're releasing the Action 10 this month, it'll be all British tanks.
But it does seem to be a British season at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Well,
Because they always do it like that when they wanted to release a new tank. For example, the E75, leading towards the E75 TS. Leading to it, they sell a lot of German tanks, premium.
Well, look, with the Chinese New Year, where we had events, 2 of them, and they sold 3 of them.
Yeah.
They always do it per nation.
Oh, well, there you go. So just Mags215 on the Asian server, the discounts are for the Japanese line, and Alan Novak is saying on the NA server it's for the American line. So there you go. On the EU server, so on the Russian server it's probably for the Russian line. Who knows? But on the EU server it's for the French for some reason. Anyway.
I wish I could do the Japanese line.
Anyway.
I need experience.
We've done over an hour, and we said we'd never do that long. It'd only be about 45 minutes to an hour, so we'll leave it at that. Those of you who are interested, there will be an EU live stream later this evening. And for NA, there should be an NA live stream your time later on Saturday, which my time is Sunday morning, by the way. So it's all...
streams on a single day.
Oh no, they're 2 days for me. So I do an EU stream tonight. It's like 11:50 my time, and I'll do an NA stream tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning my time. So it's 2 different days for me. So again, that were a lot of stuff there. Good stuff. Thanks guys for jumping in. Like I said, if those of you are interested, EU live stream tonight, NA live stream tomorrow for me. It gets confusing. Anyway, so thanks for joining in, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.